Please stay standing. Okay, as we said to you today, the energy in the room, this is important. You stay in the room, there's plenty of opportunity to get outside and have photos, pictures, and all of that good stuff.
Production is going to do that all on his own, so enjoy.
I will try and speak slow, right? I start getting a bit excited talking about all the crazy stories, running around jungles on telly naked. But before we start, has anyone ever seen this show? Yeah, happy days, happy days. Right, so I'll introduce myself and we're going to crack on, but this story is all about mental resilience. Now, we're all in an online business, we're all entrepreneurs, so you need a bit of mental resilience. And hopefully today, I'll give you a little kick up the arse and motivate you. So, a bit about me. I'm Steve Kelly. I've just retired after 23 and a half years in British Commando last month. I've worked all over the world in crazy jungles, desert, living in snowholes in Norway. I'm also the founder of Southwest Survival, so I go into schools, teach kids how to do loads of survival training, motivate them, get them in the great outdoors and inspire them. I've also done a lot of TV challenges, which we're going to talk about today. And I'm just going to give you some practical skills that work to keep you motivated. So that's me and your little bro there. I've got enough when I was there. When I was back in the younger days, and that's me, little brother, he's went off and done loads of things. But this is a bit about my background, serving in British Commando. It's funny when I talk about British Commando. One of my best mates over there, Gareth, he took me on my commando course when I was 17 years of age. Now look at his ear today. Now I can tell you, I absolutely hated him. I hated him. He'd turn up in the morning, short back inside and go, lads, I've had my haircut, I am more aerodynamic, stand by. And obviously that was a dreaded word. But if I never went through training, I wouldn't be here today, being one of his good mates, so thank you very much, Tick. But that's where my resilience started, by getting a hammer by him. I'm going to have a lad over there, Mick O'Brien, is where it all started. Absolute horrible men. But I think they forged something in me, which you don't get from anywhere else. They forged my resilience. But what I did in the military, I did a lot of sheer training, so I was fortunate enough to travel all over the world, train the Americans, train the Estonians, the French, the Spanish, and teach them how to survive. It's funny on the left side there, this is me training the Americans, and this is me training the Americans to turn over the desert route in the middle of Scotland. Absolutely thrashed them. They didn't know what day of the week it was. Running up and down mountains. But yeah, I know it's a bit gory, if you're vegetarian, I'm so sorry, but this is my background and what I do. Right, what I'm first going to talk about first is adversity and mental resilience. So the first thing what hit me in adversity in my career, in my life, was I actually lost my eyesight in my right eye. Now, I was at the verge of getting Pat 10 from the military. Now, you know what that is? It's an admin discharge. This is where they're going to get rid of you within 6 weeks and not pay you out. So I was thinking, shit, what am I going to do? I'm a scouser, I'm a commando, and I've got no qualifications, I can blow things up. So what I did, and I'm going to tell Tick the story now, because Tick helped me with this. What I did, right, I picked myself up and thought, I'm going to take ownership of this, I'm going to take control of my situation. So when I done a personal training course, I reached out to Tick, he had a boot camp at the time called Ultra Fit UK, and he ended up giving me a job, and I started working for his company while I was going through Pat 10. But luckily for me, the regiment did end up keeping me in. They ended up going through all the processes. They ended up adapting my rifle so I could shoot with my left eye. So it's funny when you go on the ranges with all the soldiers, I looked a bit more special. I'm there with a better bracket on my rifle. I'm leaning over and I'm shooting targets down with my left eye because I lost my eyesight. But like I said, I could have just accepted fate, rolled over, but I ended up doing a personal training course. And I ended up working for Tick's boot camp. He ended up giving me a job and I've started working here for months. But then my regiment kept me in, and I was like, oh, I'm a personal trainer now, I'm doing boot camps for Tick, and I was like, oh, this is where the entrepreneurship started coming in. But I'm going to tell you the story at the start of this, right, because you'll see why at the end of, we're going to talk about one person. So who's ever heard of a boot camp called BMF? British Military Fitness? Ben's going to know about this. So we were running boot camps in Central Park in Plymouth, and BMF started, Bear Grylls. Bear Grylls, the face of this, British Military Fitness. And I'm there getting work off Tick, and I get reviewed every November from the military that I could get kicked out after we were at medical board. So I'm there to run boot camps for Tick, and I'm seeing BMF. Massive organisation, got a lot of avatars, and I'm running boot camps for Tick while he's interacting with bodyguarding. And I'm thinking, who the fuck's this person here, Bear Grylls, creating these boot camps? I'm potentially going to lose a job, you know, because a lot of people are booking this camp. So I had a lot of hate for Bear Grylls at the time, right? So I want you to know that while I'm talking about my story. But luckily enough, the regiment kept me in, and I started doing PT, and we started doing loads of other stuff, we were involved with the networks. But the regiment kept me in, but I did set myself up in case the worst happened. So that's my first adversity. Like I said to you before, I've travelled all over the world. I've operated in Norway, living in snowholes. I've been in jungles, Sierra Leone, Belize. That's me up in Afghanistan. I was the Roshan gun, the dragon guns. We were actually aiming guns at the Taliban, at the enemy forces, and we were clearing them out. Sounds quite rough, that, doesn't it? And me in the middle here, I actually won something called the Goshen Medal. So I'm going through all this adversity in my life. I've lost my eyesight. I'm having a lot of dramas. I'm travelling all over the world. I'm trying to hustle. I'm running another side business now, being a personal trainer. And then I actually won the Goshen Medal. And what the Goshen Medal is one soldier gets it every 2 years from a private to W01 in the whole military. And I was fortunate enough to be awarded the first person ever in my regiment, the British Commando, to be awarded the Goshen Medal. And I got that while hustling, while being non-stop. And you've all been through this now. Who's got friends and family who try and pick on you for doing your network marketing? Try and take the piss, try and gob off to you, and don't really understand it. And I was posting all my stuff on social media. I'm trying to build a little community with Tick, getting out there, running little mini boot camps, and there's always people, especially in my line of work in the military, it's quite a negative group of people. They just want to focus on being a soldier, which is great, but they don't see past the walls of our camp. And I used to get hammered, Tixie and I get hammered all the time over doing my online businesses, and no doubt you all get this. And I thought, you know what, let them crack on, I'm still going to keep pushing through. And that's why I'm so happy when I won the Goshen Medal, I'm still cracking on with work. and I'm still pushing new businesses. And you've got to realise that when it comes to business, people are going to chip away at you. It's a scam, it's a load of shit, it doesn't work. It's about turning and switching off to that and be around these types of people. I've been fortunate enough, I've always got to hang around with Tick, and if you be around him for 5 minutes, you'll be motivated for the next year. He's just full of energy and he's like a Duracell bunny constantly bouncing off the walls. Then you've got Ben as well, another Peter Pan who's bouncing off the walls. So I've been quite fortunate being within network marketing since 2012 to be around these types of people and pushing away all the negativity. So just keep that in your mind. But that was the first mental resilience I had to push through by losing the eyesight, and I still keep pushing forward. Right, the next one was separation from your wife, your first wife. Got my gorgeous wife here now, we've been with her for 7 years. Give her a clap there. Absolutely stunning. I separated from my first wife, and has anyone been through separation before? And it could get you down, people can start spiraling, going out of control. But it's all about controlling the controllables. A separated is done, I can't control that. But what I can control is how I feel and what I'm going to do about it. And it's the same in your business. People might give you shit, talk down to you. You can't control what they're saying and what they're thinking. But you can control what you're doing. And that's what I did. I ended up moving on Dartmoor in my roof tent. But I started liking it a bit too much. Going out, living on the moors, coming into camp, pulling up next to the porta cabins on camp, having a shower and cracking on. I absolutely loved it. But from that, I ended up finding my wife anyway, which was great anyway. But I controlled the controllables, the same as what you need to do in your business. Control your controllables. You can't control someone else's opinion. You can't control what someone else does, but you can control what you do and how you react to any negative situation in your life. You can start spiraling, going out of control, getting on the booze all the time and not focusing on your own health and life, or you can pull your big pants up and crack on. And that's how business has got to be. That's how you've got to be within your business. You've got to pull your big pants up, right? Don't care what anyone says, or don't start looking left and right. I've been in the business now 2 years from Silver. I absolutely love it. Nicky was on stage before talking about being gratitude. I've been serving in British Commando, an R2 unit, which means with high readiness. I wait 6 to 9 months every year while getting a residual income as a silver member. I could have done, I have any platinum, the same as Tiff, yeah? I have any business. Nah, I'm buzzing, absolutely buzzing, and I loved hearing Nicky's story before. I love when a couple £100 pops in the bank and I don't even do nothing. It's coming in because I've stuck at it, I'm talking to people, but it's building in the background. I don't go all over and start crying. And this is all about mental resilience. You don't need to look left and right, oh, why am I there where they are? The reason why I'm not platinum, because I don't work as hard as taking the business, because that's my, but I can control that. If I want to get there, I need to start working harder, and this is all businesses, I need to start talking to more people. Who loves getting no's? I love when people say no. Chase the no's. Chase it. I'm not interested. Sound, next person. You say no. Sound, next person. You keep moving on until you find your audience, and that's all it is. And this is all my stories. Mental resilience is part of life. You're going to go through no's, you're going to go through challenges. But what I keep trying to get across is control your controllables. You don't care what anyone thinks. I don't care. I'll do backflips on, well, Sandy want to break my neck in a minute. I'll look stupid, but I don't care, as long as I'm happy, and that's what all that matters. And Nicky hit the nail on the head before, as long as you're happy. If you want money, go and get it. If you want to go and buy a new handbag, you go and get it. Like sometimes, me and my cousin were speaking before, I sometimes have a bit of a negative effect. I don't want to spend any money. I want to spend it. But Nicky proper motivated me for, so I went and bought everyone coffees before, didn't I? And I'll be at the bars and I'm spending all my money. I'm only tight to RJ and cousin. RJ turned around to me, my cousin at the back goes, I'm grateful for your money, Steve. So I went and bought some coffee. Nicky, I'm really skinned at the end of this weekend. Now this is my gorgeous wife. So like I said, in my first adversity, I lost my eyesight, I could have spiraled. At the verge of getting patterns, medically discharged from the army with no payout, with 6 weeks notice. I pulled my big pants up, took my personal training course, got an opportunity off Tick, started working in this boot camp, looking for me, the army kept me up. Second adversity, separated from my wife, away 6 to 9 months every year, separated, could have spiraled out of control, pulled my big pants up, lived in my roof tent on Dartmoor, started loving it, then met the love of my life who've been with now for 7 years. There's always ways you control it, control your controllables. How gorgeous she is there. Give us a wave, Jenny. Give us a little wave. I can't even see the light here, Nicky. I can't see nothing. I can only see the front row here. Right, now my third adversity, and this is what my story is all about today. You see the little intro at the start, me running around, looking like a movie star, looking like a bit of a lunatic. But this is my third adversity, TV survival challenges. I've done multiple challenges with a cameraman on me. And how nerve-wracking is that? I'm a sergeant major in the Commando forces. I'm at the top of my game as a SEER instructor, teaching them foreign forces how to survive in the environment. Now I'm putting myself on the parapet in front of a cameraman, and that is very daunting. Alright, so I've done multiple challenges which we're going to talk about. We always talk about survival and core priorities, water, fire, shelter, signal mindset, and I'm going through all this in front of the cameraman. Communication, when things fail, what are you going to do, and the outcome. So this is what I'm going through. All this stuff's going through my mind, you know, micro-evaluation. We heard before, how many thoughts are going, millions of thoughts are going through your head, and you remember 100 of them. Imagine this now, you get stripped off naked in the middle of a jungle. It's fully naked, luckily there's a blur, there's nothing to see. Alright, fully naked in the Amazon jungle, and you've got a cameraman watching you on Discovery Channel, and the average views is 2 million people watching you every week, every Thursday. So you've got 2 million people watching every week, and you're meant to be at the top of your game. There's a lot of stress and mental resilience with that, right? I'm going to talk about it. So, the first challenge I ever went on, got offered a massive opportunity on a show called Naked Alone, Wasting to Get Home on Channel 4. Like, there's no glare on this one, this is an adult programme. It's on after 9 o'clock, you can watch it and catch up, but I was very cold. I was very cold. But I got offered an opportunity, right? We started speaking to the producers, and they say, originally I was meant to do a show called Alone, where you get dropped off in Canada, and you get given cameras, but at the time, the unit wouldn't give me the time off. They said I needed up to 12 weeks time off, and the role I was in as a sergeant major, I couldn't afford to have 12 weeks off. So Channel 4 came back to us and offered me this called Naked Alone, Wasting to Get Home. And he said, it's an extreme survival challenge. We're going to drop you off in a cairn going to Scotland, with no clothes, and you've got to navigate 60 miles from A to B. You're up for it? I'm like, that. Let's go for it, 3 days. Went and spoke to my boss, which we'll talk about that in a minute. Everyone said yeah, from the army. But they say to me, the producer said, oh, do you know anyone else who wants to do it? So my missus, before we were married at the time, she's sitting next to me, and we're like, oh, your girlfriend to do it. She's looking at me, and she starts agreeing with me. The reason why she agreed with me is she didn't think we'd end up naked in the middle of Channel 4, in the middle of the cairn grounds. So she says, yeah, we go through all the casting process, and we got on it, which was a crazy experience. And like I said, we got dropped off with no food, no clothes, no water. We got given a few basic items, we got given a knife, a little pot, and we had to navigate from A to B, 60 miles over 3 days. And it was a crazy, crazy experience. All I can always remember my wife saying to me is, my bones are cold. My bones are cold. It was freezing on a journey. But it was a crazy scenario. Imagine this now, there's a cameraman in front of you. You've been split up, your missus walks down first, and there's hundreds of people there. Drones going over you, a massive crew behind it. And you're like, you take your robe off, and you're like, oh my God. And I'm standing there. And I can see the crew, and then there's another 2 people who are racing. So I'm standing there next to Jenny, and you can see us both shy with them. Then the next lad turns up. And the first thing I did, I look at him and go, locked down, didn't I? I looked down, didn't I? And I went, oh, happy days. I was feeling alright now. And that was the first thing that was going through my head. But yeah, me and my wife went off. It was an absolutely crazy experience. We had to build shelters for 3 days. We weren't just staying in one location. You can see in the bottom left, we were collecting berries, pulling up berries. My wife was navigating us everywhere. Bear in mind, I'm a SEER instructor and navigation instructor. I was going the wrong way all the time. I'm high stress, I was putting the wrong way. She was getting a grip of us and bringing us back in the right way and getting us to the right area. And we had to go through that for 3 days. But what happened? Never ever gave up. We reaped the rewards. What we got was a pig. Got a pig. And it's funny this moment, right? So behind us, the safety crew was a bloke from the SES. I can't give his name on it, but the safety crew was the SES. And he turns around to me and Jerry and goes, you're going to go to the top of the hill. I'm looking at the map and go, no, we're going to win the race. He goes, no, you're going to go to the top of the hill. I go, I'm not going to the top of the hill. He goes, stay, you're going to the top of the hill, we did a bit of a TV show. I'm like, oh, is this what it all is now? I'm going to win a race. We had to run to the top of the hill, there was a massive pig there. I remember getting the pig, I started gutting the pig, hacking it up, and I see him miss his face. His face just dropped. And I pick up a leg on telly, I sort of just chop the leg off, hold that a minute. She started coming out, I carry it then. Next minute, I'm walking around with about 30 kilograms of meat, walking around the mountains of Scotland like that, like an absolute lunatic. We've done so much with that pig. and it didn't even show a fraction of it. We made an underground oven, we boiled it, we fried it. I even went to production, because I had so much food. We were making broths. I was cutting all the fat off, just frying all the fat up, making a broth, and I went up to the production. I was like, I'm trying to feed them. They thought I was mad. They were like, that out of all the episodes, using the first Survivalist trying to feed us. Top us with food. You made me go up a mountain to make a TV show. And what else would you do with the food? But yeah, absolutely crazy experience. But talking about that challenge, talking about mental resilience, I went through MOD media. I'm videoing this, my wife's videoing for me. It's going to go on my YouTube because I won't be army. I want to get my story across as well about being resilient. I went through the media, got accepted. A day before I went on a challenge on Naked and Unwasted to get home, I get contacted by my RSM at the time and says, the colonel doesn't want you going on the show. I went, I've already signed contracts. This is for my business. I've got my own survival company, Southwest Survival. I'm on the verge of leaving the military. I need to build my brand, build my business. And he went, the colonel doesn't want you going. So I've already went through the process for 4 months. I went on a show, done really well on it. And has anyone ever seen a show called Traitors? Has everyone seen that Harry Clark? Who won it? So at the time I was doing that show and Harry Clark was getting advertised by the military for doing Traitors, which goes against our values and standards, being lying conniving. That's part of the show where I was showing true determination, navigation, survival. I ended up going through a court-martial process. I got suspended from camp for 6 months. Now, how devastated I was ruined. I was devastated, thinking, how is this? I'm a Sergeant Major. I've done at the time 21 years, it was in my last 2 years, like my last year and a half. How am I getting suspended? I've won the Goshen medal. I've stepped up, I've worked all the weekends, given up my time to help local scouts, local cadets. And I could have spiraled, and I was on the verge of spiraling, because 2-9 Commando was my bread and butter. This was me. I was a Commando through and through. You cut me open, I'm going to bleed Commando green. And that was me through and through, jungle, desert, Arctic trained. And all this is going through my head. And I'm stressing around with the missus, thinking, how have I been suspended from work, being a Commando? So, they all started with the colonel, and these people at the time started writing all these statements against me. So I got told to write a statement on actions of doing a show. So I did. I wrote a statement. I asked everyone to meet it. Everyone said, yeah, I've went and done the show. The colonel said no the day I went. That was my story. What the colonel did at the time was, they read stories of me when I was a young soldier getting arrested for fighting downtown back in 2006. So they built this storyline up on me. Even though I've won Goshen medals, I've operated all over the world, I've won the Honorary Colonel's tankard so many times. They built up this storyline of me. And I was on the verge of breaking. And unfortunately, what? I'm going to take him to court-martial, and everyone was shocked in the unit. So that next time I knew I was right, and I wasn't going to bow down to anyone bullying me. And I was having doubts all the time, thinking, am I doing the right thing? And I'm getting told by people, you can't take the colonel to court-martial. So I did, took him to court-martial. Got all my solicitors, got all my evidence in place. And do you know what happened? I won and I was back to work as a Sergeant Major. But what they did wrong is they gave me 6 months off. They didn't put me in camp, and I was like I was a criminal. So at the time, I had my wedding booked for over a year. So I proposed to my wife at the end of Naked and Unwasted. I only see it. Everyone's like, where'd you keep the ring? Because I was fully naked. You don't want to know where I kept that. So I had my wedding booked as well over the time I was suspended. And there was so many blockers. They didn't me colonel done everything in his power not me to have my wedding in camp. Went on to the wedding, they put the officers' mess function on the same time. Do you know where the officers went? They went to my wedding. They all went to my wedding because people knew I was right, and they're so grateful that I stuck to my guns, and it's all about being resilient. So if you're passionate and you believe in it, absolutely stick at it. But like I said, I won it. I was back in camp within 6 months, back in the seat in the care, couldn't even look at me. Couldn't even look at me, and I felt brilliant. And like I said, I just retired. But what happened is, like I said, they give me 6 months off. I'm not going to sit round and wait round for 6 months. While I was off for 6 months, you know what happened? So while I'm suspended, I was nearly spinning out of control. Discovery Channel contacted me, so the stars aligned. My regiment wanted to give me 5 weeks off to go and get dropped off. So what happened anyway? Discovery Channel contacted me to do a show called Naked and Afraid. And what it is 2 individuals who dropped off in a remote location with no food, no water, no clothes, no shoes, nothing. You dropped off fully naked. And I wouldn't have had this opportunity by being suspended. So what I did, I thought, like, I'm suspended from work for doing a Naked Survival show. I'm going to do another Naked Survival show while I'm suspended. So what I did, I set up all my social media scheduled. So So I had posts going out every day, so no one knew it, everyone thought I was a drone. So I had all my posts going out for a month. I got dropped off in the middle of the Amazon jungle, a scouser in the Amazon, what's that all about then? A scouser in the Amazon jungle. But the aim of the show is 21 days to arrive at a point of a map, provided with just a few items. So what we had a knife, a pot, a fire starter, and then our team item was a mosquito net. And imagine this now, under pressure again. I'm there on a massive show, like I said, the average viewers watch this every week. I'm making the phrase, 2 million views every week. It's the biggest TV show, it's the biggest show on Discovery Channel. You get 2 million viewers, and this is me now. While I've just been suspended, while I'm ready to go through court-martial, I'm doing it again. Because I knew I was right and they couldn't control me. So I went out here, got dropped off, and imagine this now, you've got to go one man, one woman. I've just been recently married, I got married this Saturday before. So when I said I was suspended, my carer was trying to do anything not to let me have my wedding in Camden. My honeymoon was with some other woman naked in the jungle. How crazy is that? So that's it, you go out, I'm there panicking, I go and meet my partner, shake her hand, and we have to survive in the jungle, Amazon jungle for 21 days. And it's all about protecting myself. I was doing whatever I can to protect myself from animals, from the sun, using everything around me, lathering myself with mud every day, getting in the water, making spears, hunting animals. You've got to constantly think. You've got to hunt to survive. I never ate nothing. Me and my partner never ate nothing for 17 days. We actually caught this iguana on day 17. Now, there's a lot of rules when you're in the jungle, right? Yeah, it's an extreme survival show, but you still got to follow the law. I had this vision in my head, I was going to have punji pits going on, I'm going to proper showcase myself. I had this vision in my head that I'm going to have punji pits, spears flying everywhere, and I'm going to show the Americans how the Brits do it. When I got out there, the producer's like, "That's me, can you make cages?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "That's what you're allowed to make, in case you catch any brightly coloured birds that are endangered." And I was devastated. So I had baskets and cages, nothing was working for me, and I was trying them every day, and eventually I ended up catching an iguana. Look how bad I was bitten as well. I was in a bad way out there. And that's proper mental resilience. I had a partner called Sunny. She's from Canada. Absolutely amazing woman. Me and my wife went and stayed in their house last year in Canada. And we're actually going this year. We've moved to America. We're staying over there this year. We're in her husband's in Spokane this year. Absolutely amazing person. But she was in a bad way. I was getting bitten alive, so I never ever wanted to show that I was struggling. So we talk about being around positive people. Inside my brain, I was crying. Bugs eating me all day, and I'd get asked, "How are you?" I'm sound, man. I'm absolutely sound. I was crying in my brain. I was just trying to portray that I'm good because I didn't want that negative effect coming on my partner. And this is what being a business about. I didn't want to be around uplifting, positive people. So about before this, as you start getting around that negative mindset, you're going to start sparring with them types of people. Get away from it. You have to prepare yourself to protect yourself in all conditions. I was making baskets, cages, shoes. When I was in the Amazon, you'd think the floor's going to be nice and soft to walk on. Lava rock, like glass every day. My partner, Sonny, she'd be doing backflips on her, she had solid feet. But me being in the military, I always wore boots, haven't I? My feet were absolutely dying. And every day I had to fight through. Imagine this now, right? I'm at the peak of my career as a survivalist. I finally made it onto the Discovery Channel to prove I can survive with the best of them. And I've been dropped off in the middle of the Amazon jungle, and I'm getting bit all day, every day. That was a mental game now. That was one of the hardest things I've ever been through. Other than getting thrashed by Tick and Mick on the commando course, I think that's up there with it. And every day I was just getting bit. And my partner Sonny went and stuck a thumb in my foot because my feet swelled up, and the indentation stayed in my foot. I'm looking at it, and the producer's like, "You might have to medically tap me." I'm sound. I'm good. I ended up having to build in a bench and adapting. Remember, I keep saying, control your controllables. I thought, right, I've got swelled up feet now, I'm going to have to adapt to this. So what I did, I built like this little bench and line the floor every day, put my feet up and drain my feet. It's all about controlling your controllables. And I just grizzed it through that. I thought, bring it on. I started eating them on his back when they bit me, I'd bite them back. Start scanning them. This is free food on the go. And all I've done was carried on. And that was me on the very last day. I was eating alive. My body was in it. I had scales on my body for about 6 months. My wife didn't want to go anywhere near me. Anytime any of my clothes touched me, I'd have to walk around like that. Anyone would touch me back, and I got to get moisturised on my back now. She's clawing in my back. Bits of skin falling off her nail. She hated it. The bed was horrible every day. We got bits of blood and all on the bed for months. Absolutely months. But like I said, no matter how hard your business gets, Don't start looking left and right, just focus on yourself. This is what it all comes back to, mental resilience. I'm sure what I went through, but this all comes back to normal, everyday life. No matter how hard it gets, how many people are saying no, sounds. Let's look for the next one. Let's look for the other, I want all those 100 no. I want 100 no before that one person says yeah. Let's chase it. Let's chase it. It's all about fighting through, no matter how hard it gets. And I tell you what, fear does give you survival instincts. On the show, I narrated by Puma, so I'm there lying in the shelter. You need to watch it. You need to watch it. I'm there lying in the shelter, next to my partner, and I can smell like a wet dog. It's my partner, you smell that? And she's like that. She gets a little diary cam on, she's talking, going, you can smell musk. It's a musky wet animal. Then I'm lying back down, and the side of the shelter starts caving in, and in the side of the ear, I'm lying there, and all I can hear is... This is funny on camera, you see all the subtitles on the telly, all the night cameras on me. I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Side of the shelter's coming in. What the fuck? I lay out in front of my shelter, and I've got my fire on, haven't I? You can't see your hand in front of your face in Amazon jungle. Proper canopy, there's no light coming in. I just look around, and all I see is these eyes. And I go, and there's me in my shelter, fully watching on telly, I start banging the shelter like a little girl. Screaming, get away, get away! And I didn't know what it was. Animal does one. Next day the producer comes down, I go to the producer, Eric, there was something sniffing my head last night in my shelter. Can you let me know what it was, please, mate? Can you look at the cameras, please tell me what it was? And he goes, yeah, no worries, I'll tell you by the end of the day. Comes back down, all excited, being sunny, collecting firewood, we're boiling up some peppermint tea, and he comes down to me and goes, Steve, make sure you've got a massive fire every night. I go, alright, yeah, what was it? He goes, I'm not telling you. But for your safety, make sure your radio is there, and make sure you have your massive fire, because what happens on this show, you have a camera crew with from 9 o'clock in the morning till 3 in the afternoon. From 3 o'clock in the afternoon till 9 o'clock in the morning, you're on your own with your own cameras, with a radio in there about half an hour away. So he goes, just make a big fire, I mean it. So I make the big fire, done the challenge, forget about it. It comes out the show 9 months later, do you know what it was? A puma. A massive puma comes in the side of my shelter, sticks his head in my shelter, and I start going, screaming, and it runs off. I can't believe you never told me that. Imagine what I'm going through now, me and my partner thinking, he's just told us to keep that fire burning, because there's something proud of us. Crazy. I take a little clip from the show anyway, let us watch it.
That's fresh water from the rain for the first time. So I'm just going to make a rain catcher. I've been wanting to do this for the last 10 days because of the rainwater, I can drink it straight off. So we're not wasting a lot of time collecting water, boiling water, waiting for it to cool down. This is going to cut our time in half.
Dude, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's the coolest thing I've ever seen. You're brilliant.
Creative.
Man, oh man, I'm so pumped for that.
Oh, Steve's got a rain catcher.
Steve's got a rain catcher. Now, do you know why I put this video in here? Because we're talking about business time, it's all about adapting. If you keep messaging people and it's not working, talk to them. If you're not talking to them, video call them, and it's all about adapting, it's all about adapting to your situation and surroundings. The reason why I made a rain catcher in the Amazon, what do you think's in the water? What do you think's in the water in the Amazon? Piranha, stingray, electric eel, 7-foot caiman, like big crocodiles. They've got all that in the water. Every time I got in the water in the Amazon, what do you think jumped off the banks in the water? The caiman. So every time I got in the water, the caiman would want to get in the water, and it was all I had panic and jump back out. So I had to adapt to get water. Don't get me wrong, I was in the water every day and how much really are, but I'd always have to adapt. And the water was stinking. What do you think all them animals are doing in that water? Weeing and pooing. Weeing and pooing. But obviously boiling. I'm going to give you a tip now, big bubbles, no troubles. So if you're ever in a survival situation, get a pot on the boil and start boiling it, you're good to go. But the water tasted like shit, it was horrible. Even though we boiled it was horrible. But I'm in a tropical rainforest every night, it was torrential downfall. But you can see, I went out in the open from outside the canopy. Why do you think I done it outside the canopy and not under the canopy? What's in the trees? What's living in the trees? Monkeys. What do you think the monkeys are doing in the trees? Winging and pooing. So you've got to constantly adapt to your surroundings. So think about your business. If nothing's working, change it. You're speaking to someone that way, change it. Tick's good at networking, he's good at getting on voice calls, our text sometimes doesn't work. Get on a video call, always change it. Always try and adapt to your surroundings, not working, change it. What's Einstein always say? But he knows the same what Einstein says. Doing the same thing over and over again is not working, it's insanity, isn't it? So if it's not working for you, adapt, and that's all I have to do on these challenges. I'm constantly adapting to my surroundings, and that's the same goes to business. You've got to constantly adapt. Crocodiles trying to eat me? Nah. Monkeys weeing and pooing in the trees? Nah. I'm going to go out in the open, I'm going to fix my surroundings. And I made actually 10 of these. It didn't show me for a bit. I actually made 10 of these. And to collect the water in, we had making clay bowls. My partner, Sonny, she made the fanciest one. Put these leaves in it, looked nice, cooked it over the fire. Mine looked like chewed up dog bowls, they were crap. Absolutely crap, but I was going for practicality. And we had 10 of them, and we had a good little bit of rainwater every morning. Made a bamboo straw. Nice bit of water, fresh water in the rain. It's all about adapting. And embraced the journey. I absolutely loved it. I was in the elements, I was losing weight, like going out of fashion. I was working hard every day, I was grafting, and I absolutely loved it. Embrace your journey on this network marketing, and live good, embrace it. Love it, be happy when you're on the ups, be happy when you're on the downs. Love your money. Whether you're in a pound, whether you're in nothing, be around these types of people, embrace the journey. And always celebrate your small wins. When you found that penny on the floor, celebrate it. Now this story here, look, you can't see it properly, it's a bit blurred. The fish was no bigger than me thumbnail. Now I'm trying every day, I'm out there grafting every day. Every day trying to get food. I'm going in the water. I'm always panicking because you have a massive anaconda or piranhas and I'll run away. And I'll go back here and you see stingrays and I'll run away. I'll be watching the banks and the crocs decided to come in when I'm in there. And I went in there, scooped it with my little bag, and I caught a minnow. No big minnow. And I'm looking at my bag, and it's funny when you watch it on telly. I'm like, Dad, yes! First fish I caught ever in my life. I'm celebrating this. And bear in mind, I've been teaching survival for years, I've never caught a fish. I caught it with my bare hands with a little bag, and I'm celebrating, and the producer's sitting off in the bank, and he's like that. He's buzzing, show us it, he's zooming in on the camera, I pull this little thing out. But you know why I celebrated that win? Because I knew how to do it then. I was catching 50 of them a day. Not one's not good enough, but when I was catching 50 a day, and you're squashing them into a bit of fruit, putting them over the fire, making a fishy fruit pate, you're getting calories in you. So the big thing is, Nick, I loved your speech before, always celebrate the small wins. You found a penny, you might find a pound in a minute. You found a pound, you might find a tenner. Absolutely buzzing, aren't you? And that's what I did, I was buzzing because of that little small win, because I knew then, I can do this. I've caught one, I can catch 100. It might take me another 10 days to catch another 100, but I know I can do it because I caught one. Who's earned a pound? What's stopping you earning £2? What's stopping you earning £3? You're just duplicating it, aren't you? And that's all there is. And that's all I did on this. I never quit. I see so many people quit this business. £7 a month. Are you taking the piss? It's more expensive getting a coffee outside. I want to be more to them. £7 a month. Now, does anyone run a traditional business? So I run a traditional business as well. My traditional business, my other ones are just under 500 quid a month. 500 quid a month to run my survival company, my website, my insurances, my land. Just under 500 quid a month. Like I said, I've been paying this when I'm coming away with the army. I've still got my outgoings. No one questions that. And when you do a business, to cancel £7 quid, mate, you fucking take that piss. Even if you're not earning on, you're invested, you've got an international business for £7 quid on your phone. You're not recruiting no one in the UK, you're not selling products. So, speak to someone in America, not recruiting no one else, speak to someone in Australia. Look at your phone there to reach 7 billion people on the planet. For £7 quid, an international business from your phone, and it's how you need to start thinking. Like I said, I'm only a silver member. I love that. Who cares? I haven't put the effort in what Tick's putting in, I haven't put the effort what Gemma's putting in, I haven't put the effort Nick's putting in. But I'm happy. I'm celebrating your small wins. I've got an international business for £7 quid. Even cheaper if you pay the year. I pay the year £6.50. £6.50. Cheaper than the coffee next door. So you need to start getting in that mindset. £6.50. No one questions how the old tonight drinking tonight behind the bar. Right? I'm going to throw 100 quid behind the bar. I won't even question it. But people question paying £6. Crazy, man. Crazy. And this is what we're trying to get across to people. Why are you quitting? Why are you turning off your subscription? You've got an international business from your phone. Crazy, isn't it? But yeah, I went through this and I never ever quit. I never ever quit that challenge. Now I put the weight on before, as you can see, I'm a bit chunky. I was fat from my wedding. I'm putting the weight on again now. I actually lost 13 kilograms, that's the Americans. I don't think the American doctor understood the word I was saying, but he was Colombian. He didn't understand that, but I actually lost 13 kilograms. PSR, primitive survival rate, in my first challenge, I got 7.5. The maximum you can get is 10, so I was absolutely buzzing. I'm there, a British lad on a massive American TV show, never quit once and grafted. Well, let's go back. My episode, right, was a 2-hour special. Every episode's 40 minutes. My episode was rated the #1 episode ever on IMDb. Absolutely buzzing with that. Bear in mind, the show's been going since 2013 and it's an American TV show, and this little scouser turns up and gets a 2-hour special and the #1 rated show ever on Discovery Channel. How cool is that? Because I've done that well. I don't know what I done it, right? I don't know what I done it. They invited me back. Now, here's the funny thing is, I'm still in the army, aren't I? I came back from suspension because, remember going back to the story, I was suspended when I went and done the Amazon. I set up my social media. I'm back in work. The colonels have swapped over now. The new colonel, I took him on his commando course. It's like, oh, he's one of my boys now. Me and him grew up in 8-3 when he was a young officer. I was a young soldier. Now I'm a sergeant major, he's the boss of the regiment. I'm one of the senior sergeant majors in the regiment. I've come back from suspension. He knows why I was suspended. I go straight to his office and go, sure, I've been offered another massive opportunity. He goes, what is it? I go, Nathan's afraid to invite me back. They want to drop me off this time in South Africa, in Kruger Park. I could potentially meet my line. But they want to drop me off longer this time, not 21 days, how longer? 35 days. Can I do it? And he goes, why wouldn't I support it? Absolutely supported me. So when I'm took on a new challenge, the finale is on this Thursday. Make sure you all tune in. Discovery Channel 9 o'clock, the final episode, episode 8, the finale episode. This is what it is.
You can run for a long time. You can run for a long time. Sooner or later, God will cut you down.
Deep breath, deep breath. You okay? Breathe. Breathe.
I get invited back to take on this challenge. So this is called Nathan Afraid Apocalypse. This is a more extreme challenge which they've never done before. They invited 12 battle-hardened survivalists, as they said in the newspaper, so these are battle-hardened survivalists. And they dropped us off in an old area where no one could live in. So all in South Africa, people moved out of this old area, and it was apocalyptic, as you can see. Everything was dead. It was just ravaged with lions and hyenas. And it was a scary, scary challenge, crazy challenge. 35 days, I nearly got eaten by a lion, nearly got squashed by an elephant, got chased by a hippo. You got to watch every episode. Like I said, the finale is out next Thursday, the finale episode, a 2-hour session, 9 o'clock Thursday night. Tune in, and that was mental resilience. I'm out there with people who I've watched on TV all these years, and I'm there with them now, head to head, and thinking, oh, I'm alright, I'm doing alright here. This is what I'm born to do. There's 12 of us who started, not everyone finished. Do you think I finished? Yeah. That's cheering, family. And obviously I've used all my experience now from the military, from doing all the survival challenges, and this is what I did, I set up South for Survival. There's my old van with my roof tent on, which is my trusty roof tent on. Luckily enough, I had a fitness boot camp working for TIR, I had my survival company working in the background, and the regiment kept me in. But that one person used to always piss me off, Bear Grylls, at the time. I'm going to talk about Bear Grylls now. I had so much hate for him at the time, I used to call him out on social media. Bear Grylls, who's she? Years ago. Because I thought I was getting kicked out of the military, and I had a little job off TIR, getting paid about 500 quid a month for running fitness, running a bit of fitness, a couple of sessions a week. It was good wage. I'm thinking back to it, it was brilliant. Go there, thrash people, and BMF was taking over the little shit. So I had that pain for him, right? But I said, obviously I didn't want to talk for survival, but keep in mind Bear Grylls, and what I do, like I said before, I teach adults, children, I teach them all survival skills, go into schools and teach them all the basic skills. But let's talk about Bear Grylls. Now, left picture, the last time I called them out, 2018. Bear Grylls, never heard of it, so I'm giving them shit, I'm giving them all the time when they come to call them out. 2018 and 2023, look how skinny I was to spend out of the Amazon jungle after a shower and a shave. That's how bad I was. I looked like a prisoner of war convict. So after these years calling them out, I get a massive opportunity on Discovery Channel. This year I've just finished a new survival show with Bear Grylls, which comes out in January. Oh, that's not. Oh my God. The reason being is, memories, I've never quit. I've always stuck at it. Honestly, I'll never quit on my dream and goals. I've always said I'm going to take over one day, and the next minute I'm doing a survival show where I'm jumping off cliffs, running around like a lunatic, me and the wife, lighting fires on beaches on his island. Absolutely crazy experience. Have that fight in you. Don't care if anyone says no. I'll show you how I'm going to get here. I want 1,000. I want 1,000 no's next year. I want 1,000 no's before 1 yes. Let's chase the no's. Let's chase it, have a bit of resilience about you. Happy days, you said no, you're not interested in the products, who cares? It's not for you, no problem, you crack on, I'm going to help someone else. I know they need a bit of money. I know they need to lose a bit of weight. I know they want more energy. And chase the no's. But yeah, it's funny when I look at this, how having a bit of resilience with your goal. Have resilience with goals. Resilience without goals is survival. Alright, if you're just cracking on, you've got no plan in your business, you're just floating along, you've got no plan, you're just surviving and you're head above water. But my always goal, as I've always been saying for years, I'm going to take over Bear Grylls regardless. That's been my goal. All my ups and downs have had. The next minute I want a new TV show which comes out in January or February. How crazy is that? On BBC. I've made BBC, I've made prime time. Crazy, isn't it? And I survived because the fire inside me is always being brighter than the fire around me. I am one of the stubbornest people you've ever come across. I am stubborn and motivated and driven. Like I said, you get around the right types of people, you're always going to be motivated. When you finish this meeting today, go and stand with tick for 5 minutes, you'll be doing backflips. You'll be doing naked star jumps, absolutely buzzing. And if you want to follow my journey, it's the end of the presentation. If you want to see all the crazy stuff I get up to, that's me, survival_spear across all the social media platforms. And that is it at the end of my presentation. Has anyone got any questions on that? I went a bit longer there, sorry, it's a 40 from 50 there. Right, so remember I was suspended, weren't I? And I had my stories going on online, my social media, and obviously that picture where I was gaunt before, people started to see me and worried about me, and I'm coming down Plymouth. My boss comes up to me and goes, hey, what's wrong with you? I went, I've been stressed. I've been stressed because you just kicked me up the army, and honestly, the regiment started panicking, my boss started taking me for pasties, telling me to come and meet him outside camp. I was suspended. Like, I've just lived my dream. I've just finally landed a massive role on Discovery Channel, chasing my dreams of being a survivalist, just showcasing the world what I can do. And then my regiment started panicking, and my boss go, oh, he's stressed, he's looking good, and took me for a pasty. I haven't said that story to Bear yet, so Bear ended up following me on Instagram and we speak quite regularly now. I'm going to sit down with him one day and go, do you know you were the one who motivated me because your boot camp was taking over my mate's boot camp and nearly lost me my job, you fucker. So next time I speak to him, I'm going to call him up, but I wish we did have that conversation. Sorry for swearing, but Nicky started it off. Say again, sorry. What I actually want to do, I'd love to work in the background of TV survival, setting up and motivating, showing people how to do it. Just work behind the camera, help people push themselves through their paces. That's what I really want to do. I love to work behind the camera, help set up these challenges, and just be on site to help people go through all these challenges and have a go as well. That's what I really want to do. And I've got my survival company as well. I'm full-time in my survival company after retiring from the military. I just want to work on adventure, be around like-minded people, motivated, driven, get away from all that negativity, and just live life, to be honest, and have a bit of a laugh at the same time. Say again, sorry. Oh, I'm not moving, I'm going on holiday day. It's my accent, isn't it? It's my accent. I'm going on holiday in December to go and spend time with our partner, Sonny, and her husband, Jordan, and the kids. Do you prefer it over here? Happy days, because my wife wants to move to America. You've heard that, no wife.
I'll move on my own.
Oh, thank you very much. Any age. I work around the customers, so if you ever want to live good events, let me know. And we'll generally get all the people over, get them in the woods, and that teaches all survival, crazy stuff at any age. So I go into schools, corporates, birthday parties. If I put on age range events as well. So if I'm doing an extreme survival event, where you'll come out into my land and you'll stay with for 3 days, it wouldn't be less than 16. But day events, I do a lot of day events over the holidays, and the kids just turn up and do 4 hours with me. 6 kids have been here loads of times, obviously my wife's son, my daughter's been here loads of times. Yeah, anytime. Yeah, we do. I think you know this stuff. Any other questions? Mr. Survival? It's up to you how long we've got. If you are happy. 7 minutes. No, not yet. I'm working on it. He's actually a good bloke, though, you know. He is an actually good bloke. Say again. Is he? I'll get one of them off me. Oh, no way. I'll be changing that soon as. Yeah. Oh, I did all that. I've done everything you can think of. Everything you can think of about to stop my mosquito bites. I did everything. Nothing worked for me. I was just getting in alive and looking at my partner. She got like one bite on it. One bite on the shoulder. I'm there head to toe thinking, who's your old blood group? Old blood group? Oh, yeah, you're going to get bit. Yeah, you get bit. It's already been proved. You can research this. I've even looked at getting a blood transfusion. I've actually looked at it to get all my blood on my body and get someone else's blood in my body because of the stuff I'm doing. Because mosquitoes love the smell of us. If you're old blood group, you're fucked. You've done it, you're dead wherever you're going, you're going to get eaten alive. Are you up? Yeah, oh yeah, did you get eaten alive? Just love us. We smell nice. Anyone else? I've got 6 minutes left. Hello Sam, you alright? I haven't got my hearing aids in, so we'll keep focusing. I'm definitely right here. Yeah. I can't remember.
It was our camping trip back in 2019, so we had a few sort of brush colours in there.
Yeah.
When you're out in the jungle and you come close to the animals, do you know how to get PTSD? No,
So if you watch Naked and Afraid Apocalypse, you have a lion, like probably a metre away at my shelter, and luckily you build a moment. And that was scary. You see me panicked and I'm smashing I got an old tin roof in, I'm smashing it, I pulled off another building. Ah! And that was scary. And I don't think I have PTSD regarding the animals, but I do, when I'm in the challenges, they freak me out like. Big, dangerous, scary animals, no one can rip me apart. And when we done the Naked and Afraid Apocalypse, we had to sign a waiver that when you sign on all challenges, you could die. And we had a safety brief on something called a black mamba, one of the second most poisonous snake in the world, and it bites you dead within 15 minutes. And we signed a waiver, and all the safety experts said, if you get bit by a black mamba, go and walk on your shelter, go and enjoy your view for the last 15 minutes. That's all we said. And do you know what we found in our shelter on day 12? Black mamba. On camera, and you see us freaking out, and we're throwing sticks everywhere, we're panicking, we end up getting on the radio, so all the rangers had to come out. And off camera, you don't see this, they end up lighting all elephant dung on fire and stuffed it in every rock, and we were like panicking in the shelter, and then they thought we were going to die. But my partner was ready to leave the challenge, like, fuck this, I'm not dying for this challenge. I was excited, I'm going, extreme it. Right, to his head. And I see it go, but it's funny how the edited it looked like a bit quick. He's lying there in a little fetal position, I'm looking at him. But not looking at him because he's naked. I was looking over his body, counting how much wood we had left for the fire, because when the rules are you're not allowed to be shelter, and I went in Africa, in the Amazon I can do what I want. In Africa, you weren't allowed to have no shelter, you did a big foam boner. Like, you're not allowed to leave shelter, you get kicked off the challenge. Because the producers leave you, you've got a big fire and a big thorn bush all around you. So I'm lying in the shelter, I'm looking over his body and counting how much wood I've got. Thinking, it's not going to do us tonight, I'm panicking. If it goes out, elephants, rhinos, lions are going to be in the hyenas, scary, horrible little laugh, and they put the claws in your shelter trying to grab you. So, and I'm counting how much wood I've got, thinking, is that enough? And as I'm looking at the wood over his body, I see the snake going between all the wood. And I go, yes. And he's in the fetal position facing my body, and his eyes get wide, looks at me. He's always on edge up there. He's looking at me. I go, don't panic, Wes. There's a black mum, the snake next to mum, flew up with his stripe. The stripe next to me, we're throwing all the wood everywhere, throwing sticks, throwing all the elephant dung. We use elephant poo as pillows, believe it or not, in Africa. We're throwing elephant, it's that could only a little shelter, panicking, and you strike like that. And it ends up going under on the rocks, and we're panicking, and we go straight in the radio. Yeah, it is scary with the animals, but I've never really had any PTSD from it. I'm ready to go again. I think I've got about 4 minutes left. 2 minutes. I've never once thought I couldn't do it. I'm going to say is now, right, your body's constantly in survival mode. You know when you think you go to the gym and you're, oh, I can't do one more rep, your body's trying to protect itself. When you think you can't do it, you've got another 70% left in your body. I can tell you that now when it comes to a marathon, when it comes to anything resilient, pushing your body through boundaries. I've never went through that. You'll see me on my channel. If you've ever watched the episodes, say I have a guitar, I get down, I'll go, get grip, Steve, come on, you can do this. And I'll get back up and gone again. And I'm picking stuff, I'm dragging things, I'm losing energy, I'm getting a bit wobbly. I'll see me on the telly, and it's funny how, because you've got the mics on you constantly, and I'm like, get a fucking gimpy or pathetic body. And I get back up and I go again. So it's like, that's how I talk to myself, I actually talk to myself through this. So I've never had a moment where I can't do this. It's my mindset's a bit weird, I think I can survive and make it live on. That's how I think it's a bit weird, like. Think of one more question? I think what built that belief in me, and this is genuine, it was probably going through commando training with Tick and Mick. They teaching you being a commando, pushing through adversity, pushing through boundaries. And when I got my green beret, I thought I'm unstoppable now. I think that was built into me. You can learn that behaviour. You've got to push yourself through boundaries. Every time you push through a bit of adversity, you know you're that strong. Let's push through the next level. Oh, I can do that now. So it's funny when I finished my first challenge, 21 days, not many people complete it. I completed that, I'm like, I want to go along there, I've been offered, I've done the 35. And when I was out there and finished the 35, I was like, to the producer, leave me here, just leave me out here, keep paying me. And just leave me for another 50 days. Do you know what I mean? I'm ready to go again, because I know that's lame behaviour, I can get through that adversity. I can do more now, I can do more. One more question. Nick is going to look at me and throw me off in a minute.
Talking about what was the appearance fees, and do they get higher the further you go, like 21 days, 35 days?
Yeah, so the basic one on, don't record this on YouTube yet, I don't think I'm allowed to say this on YouTube, so stop it. Right, that's me at the end of the weekend. Amazing experience, getting on stage and talking. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you'll enjoy this YouTube video. And like I always say, make sure you like, comment, share and subscribe. And give me some feedback.